Hotep, Black Power, giving honor to the Creator, the ancestors, giving honor to my sister, Chief of Staff Brother Harris Abdul, my father, my in-laws, and all the brothers and sisters who made their ascensions, recent ascensions, and all the brothers and sisters and comrades and family members who are in the ancestral realm as we speak, and to you all, that we may fight for our liberation and salvation of the black nation, and primarily those who are fighting for the liberation and salvation of the black nation. I want to give a special shout out to Professor Barry Beverly for his excuse me, for his insight, courage, and wisdom that the elder professor has. And what I want to talk about today is the Samuel Dubose shooting in Cleveland. I never discussed that with anyone, but I want to bring that up now. About the mistrial and everything that, for those who don't know, this was in Cincinnati, which a Cincinnati police camp, I believe it's a campus police officer, shot Samuel Dubose in the head as he was pulling off in his car. Unarmed young brother, posed no threat, no physical altercation, no level of disrespect or anything. Just shot in the head for pulling off. The police that were at the scene lied under oath. They were not prosecuted. This guy Ray Tensing, the cop, the pig, the fucking white pig that executed the brother, gave this supposedly this so emotional, tear-jerking fucking testimony, which all of a sudden the focus shifts to this fucking cracker with sympathy. He gets a $1 million bail on a first-degree murder charge. His father, who is a retired fireman, pays the 10%, which is $100,000. And I didn't know firemen had $100,000 just at their disposal like that. But not only that, several white supremacist groups and hundreds of right-wing, radical, conservative motherfucking crackers and niggas were fighting and going out their way trying to put up money for not only to get him out of jail, but for his defense fund. Meanwhile, this young brother Samuel Dubose, lays in the ground, and all of a sudden he becomes the culprit. And Ray Tenson, this fucking white pig cop, becomes the motherfucking victim. And that's what I said. I get sick of you motherfucking niggas, defending these motherfucking crackers, man. I get sick of that bullshit. That's you're famous for that. You're famous for that. You are afraid to step to this motherfucking cracker, to stand up and tell the truth regardless of where you at. And when does it come a time where we stand the fuck up? Besides constantly going for this okey doke bullshit. Because of you, a few of you house niggas are afraid to stand up. And it's time, there's something that's done about that. I just don't understand it. It's hard for me to fathom the mindset of some of you motherfucking punks, man. Also, today was the 1-year anniversary of this supposedly Orlando shooting where these 49, faggots were shot. And they have these big giant rainbow banners up, and once again, only people that were on the camera in tears were these fucking black faggot niggas and these motherfucking bed wenches and dykes, unfortunately. Because I'm to the point, I'm tired of over-respecting homosexuals and lesbians. But it's okay to call everybody else niggas and, bitches and all this type of shit. But you can't say faggot or dyke. You have to over-respect these motherfuckers. Nah. I'm done with that piece too. In Orlando today, they were celebrating the 365 days of the anniversary of some shooter that went in there and shot the 49 faggots and dykes in the Orlando nightclub, in the fucking gay nightclub. Which, if you look at some of the documentaries, like the Sandy Hook documentary, which we found out that was a hoax. See, these situations, these are tools to implement fear into the minds and hearts of the people in this country. And this is what the crackers try to do. And so what they'll do, they'll have these reenactments of mass shootings, and they'll have actors portraying as though they're bleeding and all this shit, as a practice and a trial run for an event of that magnitude that may take place. So, these are just drills. These are just drills that the public does. They're not aware of these drills, and they perceive them to be as real. And even the media doesn't know, and they carry this shit out as if they were real and actual events that have been taking place. The Sandy Hook shit and the Orlando hoax. They were hoax. You don't have to believe me. Do your own research. And you will see, especially at the Sandy Hook hoax, where they had actual actors that attempted to hide their faces once they begin to put on this SWAT gear and all this bullshit. So these are just, like I said, these are just tools, to implement fear into the black community, into the minds and hearts, to let, the black community know, particularly radicals and activists, that this is what's going to take place. This is how we're going to react to you niggas if you decide that you want what you're supposed to have besides the crumbs and the blood that we've given y'all. That any of you niggas try to jump up and try to break even with us. These are the situations, these are the measures that we're going to take into dealing with your motherfucking ass. That's all this shit is. That's all this shit is. And so, once again, brothers and sisters, that's why it's important that we make preparations for this. We're not doing it. All we're worrying about is being entertained, eating, fucking, and staying in the midst of drama. And then run to the church and to the mosque once a week and think, all the dirt and trifling shit that you've done during the week, that it's okay that you've done that. You don't have to worry about that. That the bill is paid. Your bill is paid. Which is a whole bunch of bullshit. You go every week, you go to church, and they tell you somebody died for your sins and your wrongdoings. But yet, if you do anything wrong, your ass is going to jail. So where does this compensation comes in at? Where does this kick in at? When can I use my Jesus paid for my sins card? When can I use that? So, our people, man, we still, like, once again, we keep going for this bullshit, man. Keep going for the bullshit. Now, Dennis Rodman, he's already left to go over Korea. Knowing that Korea dropped 16 motherfucking bombs already. They launched 16 motherfucking missiles. And Dennis Rodman wants to, he wants to go over there and play, super house nigga. But I think he's going over there because he didn't met, when the last time he went over there, he probably done had a taste of that North Korean wood in his ass. And, he wants to go back over there and put his Chinese slippers on with his robe, silk robe on, and eat rice off the floor naked, with it, have a sumo wrestler, gut his motherfucking ass. I don't know. But he need to keep his ass away out of the way. Because he's not representing me. He's not, he's not representing the black community. Oh, hell no, man. Fuck no. Motherfucker got earring in his ass and on his nutsack and all this shit, man. And, this nigga is fucked up. But he can squash beefs and make peace with the Koreans, President Jong and all them motherfuckers, but he can't make peace. He can't make peace with his mother. He has a problem with his mother asking him for a couple of dollars. But he can give Madonna $2-3 million. He can get a Baywatch cast, $1 million a piece. But his family members, it's a struggle for him to give them anything. His own mother. Which is some straight, shit she put up with, this faggot, dope fiend faggot, all her life. All her motherfucking life. And raised this motherfucking bitch. And and this is the way he thinks his own mother. And then, nobody's calling him out on this shit and then allowing him to represent the black community going over Korea. I don't blame them for dropping missiles and shit. If this the type of motherfucker that's representing the black man, just representing the black struggle, nah, they got the wrong motherfucker. And right now, don't be surprised, if Cleveland Cavaliers win the motherfucking series. Don't be surprised. Because this is how the world of sports is set up now. This is how they rig this shit up. It's just like, I'm telling y'all, the NFL, NBA, all that shit is just like the WWF. All this shit is choreographed. All this shit is fake, man. It's entertainment. You should have known that from the Super Bowl. You know, the motherfucking cracker, Tom Brady, who they're down almost 40 points. He comes back in one quarter and scores all these motherfucking points and win the Super Bowl, man. When it's visibly, you can visibly see the New England Patriots getting physically beat the fuck up the whole game. And then all of a sudden, this cracker, he sits back and wait. He doesn't panic or anything. He sits back and wait. And then in a matter of minutes, this motherfucker throws nearly 40 motherfucking points and they win the game. They win the motherfucking Super Bowl. Because see, Atlanta, they represent the black community. This is how white supremacy sees it. And Boston, New England Patriots, Dallas Cowboys, see, they represent, good old America's team. See, Atlanta, which is the, black, gay capital as well as a black Mecca, they supposedly be the representation of the black community. So it was important, it was needed for New England to win, to keep white supremacy, keep the wheels of white supremacy turning. And we're too motherfucking dumb to see it. Just like this NBA Finals is a hustle. 2 seats to this game 5. 2 seats. $133,000. So, in other words, to watch the game, to sit in that building and watch the game, you and another person, or you and your queen, or whatever, you and your king, or whatever, that it will cost a brand new home to sit and then watch the game for an hour. This is the world of sports and politics run hand in hand, because once again it's about entertainment. LeBron is too melanated to represent the United States. So there has to be a mulatto, and they have to have some coons and house niggas to stand behind him. I just don't know when we gonna get it. I just don't know when will black supremacy, when will black liberation kick in to the minds and hearts of our people? When will it actually kick in? Where the masses will wake up and not go for none of this shit anymore, and be willing to lay their life down. Be willing to give everything up for the next 3 generations to be liberated and be free. But you know what? We've been trained to be selfish. We're too selfish to think about our children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren. We're too selfish. We claim that we love them with all our heart and everything, but we're not willing to give up. We're not willing to lay our lives down for them. So really, your love is limited, and your love is probably based on a material level, where you'll give them anything in a material form, but you won't lay your life down for them. So, and something I really forgot, and that was Hotep, Black Power. I usually don't forget that, but unfortunately, that slipped my mind. Please forgive me, brothers and sisters, for that. And once again, having a conversation, strong conversation and building with Professor Beverly, that you'll be hearing from him before the week is out. I'm going to do a live phone conversation with Professor Bobby Beverly, so you all can hear the professor for yourselves while he qualifies himself, as to what makes him one of the pioneers of black liberation in today. So I'll be coming back to y'all shortly with some more information, some more news, as always, uncut, uncensored, and shooting straight from the hip, with no motherfucking chaser. Hotel, Black Power.